All right, we're at the gas station. We're going to start a ride. I topped off my bike. This is Brian. He's heading the ride. He knows his way around really well around New England. All right, this is my P200. All right, let me kick her. I forgot. All right, cool.
You want me to go?
Yeah. All right, man. It's a nice little ride today. Beautiful day in New England, here in Connecticut. My head's moving around a lot. I'm sorry. I'm looking out for traffic. This is near my house. This is a library they're building. It's really unneeded, really. We have a huge old library. For some reason, they think they have to knock it down. It's a beautiful old building, but he's kind of quick too, so I got to pick it up. Beautiful day today. Sky's clear almost. Look at that. No clouds. Slight haze in the sky, but that'll probably burn off soon. It's early. Looking around. I'll try to keep my head steady. All right. This guy really knows nice places to ride to. He's much better at. I'm not a native of Connecticut. I was born in New Jersey, so I'm not as familiar as him. I'm on Route 10 in Southington, making a turn in Plantsville. There's a nice house, old house. It's probably way over 100 years old right there. All right, this is a P200. It's all it's got is I think it's a SIP1 box I have on it. It's the early one, but it's pretty good. It works really well on this bike. Gives it a little boost. It's pretty stock besides that. But it does have the more powerful stock cylinder. There were two cylinders that came in the P200. If you measure from the top of the piston to the exhaust port, if it's around 18, 19, it's the lower power. I mean, it's the higher power piston. If it's like 21, 20, it's the lower power piston. So this piston puts out a little more power. And it's got an exhaust. That's about the only real changes. Hey, what's up?
Gonna follow Route 10.
Oh yeah. It's not a bad ride. There's a lot of places you could stop, or look around.
Yeah, I love this ride. I've been down. This goes all the way to New Haven.
Yeah, that's a great ride. It does go all the way down to New Haven. And it goes up too quite far. I'm sorry, I'm screaming. I'm trying to get my voice over to him. We're gonna go through Cheshire, which is a It's a little more of a up-class place from where I live, Southington. A little bit more, well, quite a bit more. They're opening a Whole Foods there, so you know it's a fancy town a bit. When I say fancy, I mean upper, a little more expensive town. Brian's has it's a GY6 bike, but it's got a little work done to it, so it's quicker. He blasts. It's incredible how quick he gets around on that thing. You'll be surprised. Cover a lot of ground in a day with him. He zips through little back roads quite quick on that thing. On his, and it's kind of, this bike can keep up, but my P200 could definitely keep my Stella Fireball, but the tires aren't in great shape right now. I decided to leave it home. I ordered tires, but they canceled my order for some weird reason from Amazon, so I'm ordering it from a scooter shop. Getting a set of nice Michelins, and it's about the best tires. It's tires I really like. So Michelins or Continentals, I tend to like them. A lot of the sport tires, they just don't wear in evenly for me, you know. They always seem to get like squared, flat bottom, you know. Well, a lot of construction around lately. What are they building here? This is huge. I have no idea what's going here. This is massive. The nursery where they sell plants. There's a lot of them. There's a few of them on this road. Not a lot. There's at least maybe 3 good ones. Really good ones. Sorry, my head's moving quick again. I heard sound next to me. Alright, what's around here? See, more construction. I went to Florida, and it's amazing. Like, Florida is growing like crazy all the time over there. A lot of building. This video is quite scattered because this was impromptu ride. He just called me like an hour ago, and I just jumped on the bike. My wife is really nice, man. She just let me go. She's like, "All right, you can go." But tomorrow, we're going down to the shore together. I'll make up for this. There's a Chevy dealer. These trucks are so big nowadays. Wow, they're so tall. This is a really nice nursery. They sell really nice things here. More construction. It's kind of strange. The economy's pretty bad, but yet there's some stuff still being built. Tiny little park. I shouldn't say that. Sometimes there's a lot hidden behind the park, like pathways and stuff, in these little parks in Connecticut. They'll look small, but then you go to the back of them and there's like pathways out to some other place, like trails, hiking trails. That looks like a prison. That is a prison. I forgot what it... State of Connecticut, Department of Corrections. That's what the sign says there. And there's a school right across the street. This is a very used road, you know. You can go quite far on this road, Route 10. It goes right up and down the center of Connecticut. I was up. I'm kind of a little airy today. I was working on a bike very late last night for someone. I just cleaned up the whole fuel system. You know, took it all apart, pulled the tank out, checked everything, put it all back together. The carburetor, tank, fuel lines, and the bike ran fine. But I was out till like at least 12:30, 1 o'clock. I hung out with them too while I was doing it. This guy loves riding, so that's why I ride with him. I mean, he really loves going for rides. He'll go for long rides. One ride I went with him, I went for a 6-hour ride. So he's really into it. He barely wanted to stop. There's an old cemetery. This is like the center of Cheshire. It's a nice little town. It goes quite deep, left and right in here a little bit. A lot of little things in here. Coffee shops and little shops and things. Junction up here, 10 and 70, 68. There's some nice little... Looks like an old church there. Probably converted into something else. Or might still be a church. Wow, look at that building. Look at the pillars on that. It's a church, huh? Yeah, it is. Here's a Memorial Day monument sort of there. Seems like a lot of towns, most towns have a little monument for the veterans.
Sleeping Giant State Park, 5 miles.
What is that? Yeah, that's a nice stop.
I've never been there.
It's all right. It's nice to go really hiking, you know. Sleeping Giant. It's a park here in Connecticut that has like, it looks like a giant laying down when you look at the profile of it, you know. The Indians used to call it that, Sleeping Giant. It has a really nice hiking trails through there. There's one trail that, you know, it's quite unusual. It has this, like the easiest, like the simplest trail there. I'm not saying it's the easiest, but it's the main trail, and it's wide and it goes right up the mountain, and it has this grade that it's not mild, it's not hard, it's just like in between, but it does not let up. It just keeps that angle all the way up to the top, you know. And it's at first you think, this is nothing, but by the time you get like a halfway into it, you're like, oh my God, this is tough. It'll work you out. You find your heart pumping. It's a nice workout just walking up that trail. But there are other nice trails. There's little swimming holes in there where you can go swimming. There's a couple of dangerous climbs. I didn't know they were dangerous. I went on them, and before you know it, I was up on an angle, like looking down like 60 feet on this side of this thing, and I'm like, oh my God, man, are you kidding? Got to be careful there. You slip, you really get hurt on a couple of the trails. But the main trails, they're very, very nice. Still around Memorial Day, so we see there's a lot of American flags around. I usually fly one. This year I didn't fly one because my mine got so beat up and I didn't go out and buy a new one. It's quite sun bleached. Wow, look at all the flags. Feels like there's a parade here for me. I'm going to stop here because this video is going to be too long, so here we go.